do this Diwali, right? They love to eat food, they love to drink, and they love to gamble. So on to a big exclusive. CNBC TV18 traveled all the way to Goa to be inside Delta Corp's casino. Varinder Bansal got up close and personal with the man behind the company, Jaydev Mody. Here's a slice of that very interesting conversation.
Mr. Mody, tell me one thing. What I learned about you. You come from a middle class family. Even when you started the business at the age of around 18 or 19 years, you have to borrow money to redevelop an ancestral property in Baroda. And now, we have Delta Corp in front of you. How difficult was that journey, or how was that journey like?
It was difficult. Without capital, it makes it much more difficult to grow and to be able to fund your dreams. So it was difficult, and it continues to be difficult because where you want to go is always somewhere else, and along the way it's never easy. It wasn't easy then, it isn't easy now.
But did you had backing of anyone in terms of capital when you went from Baroda to Mumbai? Or was it yourself only, you were plunging into something, learning, and then, slowly building what you have today?
It was always from debt. And then finally in the early 90s, mid-90s, we went public. That gave us some capital. And then it was Arrow at that time, and we grew the business, and then we added real estate to the business. And finally, we split the company into two, out of which Delta Corp was one of the split companies. It was demerged, there were two businesses. And it's always been something creative, and it's never been easy to answer your question.
Okay. On a lighter note, some people, who don't know you very well, might think you as a flamboyant personality, gambling, horse riding, are they right in that thinking or not? Or my question is, does it take away the management bandwidth, to you focus on gambling?
I'm not a flamboyant person, and it's horse racing, and as a hobby, it doesn't take away bandwidth because it's a weekend hobby. And I'm totally committed to what I do in terms of my business. In my free time, I do, the rest of whatever else I want to do. It doesn't take away any management bandwidth. I enjoy doing it, and I do only what I enjoy doing. I don't do it for the flamboyance. I don't want to be seen as a flamboyant person at all. I'm a very private person. And
that is true, sir, because after chasing you for 2 years, I got this interview. I know that. Okay, tell me about Zia Mody ma'am. I have heard a lot of stories that both of you were sweethearts, since childhood. What was it like? Did you propose her? Did she propose you? Or what was it like?
I think she proposed to me. That's sure always a story.
Exactly.
And no, our fathers were friends, and we know each other from the time we were kids. And it's been a long journey, a long time, many years. It's since we were 14, 15 years old. So yeah, we had common interests. We used to ride horses those days. We used to stay in the same compound. So it goes back a long way, yeah.
So Jaydev and I knew each other when we were 14 and 15, and he was the boy next door. And he first started suggesting that he could teach me how to play cricket. So even though I was least interested in cricket, I started trying to learn the game. And then I think we just grew up together. We went to college at the same time, and I think that it developed into a relationship that has lasted us for many decades. Sometimes he says too long.
Tell us about your daughters. You are the luckiest guy to have 3 daughters.
Absolutely.
So tell us about them as well.
You have one son, right?
Yes, sir.
I have 3 girls, so I think I wouldn't change it for anything else. They are, the most important things in my life, all 3 of them. They're all hardworking. They're all good human beings, and I think we brought them up.
Okay. Do you gamble?
Gamble.
Yeah, do you gamble, in your casino, or who are you like? Do you gamble big stakes?
No,
What is it like?
I'm not into gambling big stakes, whether it's horse racing or at the casino. I'm a very, very measured gambler and very small. I play a few thousand rupees here and there, but
That's all.
nothing more. Yeah.
Okay. We also have rapid fire questions, for you, and I just want you to think on your toes and answer that. Okay, for us, for our audience, what gives you a better high? Is it gambling or horse riding?
Neither. Doesn't give me a high. I just enjoy it. It's not a high.
Okay. Who's better horse rider, you or Jaydev Mody?
She's a better horse rider. We don't ride anymore, but she used to be a better horse rider than me.
I was definitely the better horse rider.
Lovely. She told me the same thing. Okay. Who is your inspiration in your life?
There's so many people. So many.
Pick one. It's a rapid fire.
Well, Mukesh Ambani.
Lovely. Who you aspire to be?
Myself.
Lovely. Best game you like in the casino, whether it's roulette,
Pontoon.
Okay. And best time pass for you will be?
Horse racing.
Okay. Delta in next 5 years?
Be an international global company.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Best single malt you like?
Lafroig 10 years.
Lovely. Who's your favorite horse when it comes to racing?
Kwasar, he won everything, almost everything in India in the last 2 years. The champion.
Oh, lovely. And favorite holiday destination?
Kenya.
Well, those were very interesting insights into Jaydev Mody's personal life.
Some of the funny moments is when I am distracted doing 20 things in my life, and the children and Jaydev are sitting and watching me calling somebody on the phone and starting off with a conversation which has nothing to do with that person, calling somebody who calls me by the wrong name. They tend to tease me a lot. And I think their best times are when they're making a fool out of me.
He used to also do horse riding, and I used to also do horse riding before any relationships. And I remember how he used to have a very favorite horse, which was actually quite vicious in terms of, really attacking people. But I remember some instances of that. I also remember the time when he was really wooing his now present wife Zia, who was then a young girl. So those were some good times.
What a great insight into Jaydev Mody.